Simple past tense. The form. For regular verbs, base word plus ed. Examples: walked, watched, played, smiled, shopped. Let's use these words in sentences. Walked. I walked to school. Watched. He watched television last night. Played. They played football last week. Smiled. The baby smiled at me. Shopped. We shopped around for shoes yesterday. Next, simple past with verbs be, have, and do, and some examples. Remember, the simple past for verbs be are was and were, verb have is had, verb do did. I was there yesterday. We were happy when Aunt Kay came to visit. She had a headache yesterday. He did his homework just now. Maria had some toast for breakfast this morning. Next, examples of sentences in the negative form. I didn't go to the birthday party last week. We didn't have time to visit the tower. Melissa didn't finish her supper. He hadn't any money to buy groceries. We didn't do any exercise this morning. Now, here are examples of sentences in the interrogative form. Note, interrogative means asking questions. Had you been waiting long? Did she go to school here? Were they in Sabah last year? Did you have a bicycle when you were a boy? Was there any problem with the application? You may notice that for simple past, there is no plural form for verbs. Singular and plural both use the same verb. Just to make it clearer, singular, she did play the piano. Plural, they did play the piano. She is singular, they is plural, but both pronouns use the verb did. Remember, those we did just now were all about regular verbs. Now we're going to have a look at irregular verbs. Simple past tense for irregular verbs are different. There's no ed at the end of the verb. It either changes its spelling or it stays the same. For examples, bite becomes bit. Feel is felt. Ride changes to rode. Think becomes thought. And write changes to wrote. Let's put the irregular verbs in sentences. Bit. The dog bit him in the leg. Felt. She felt very tired after climbing the small hill. Rode. He rode a bicycle to school. Thought. Molly thought she had to do the test again. Wrote. He wrote a letter of complaint to the building supervisor. Now let's look at the negative form of the irregular verbs. Bit. The dog didn't bite him in the leg. Felt. She didn't feel tired after climbing the small hill. Rode. He didn't ride a bicycle to school. Thought, Molly didn't think she had to sit for the test. Wrote, he didn't write a letter of complaint. Coming next, the interrogative form of simple past. Did the dog bite him? Did she feel tired after climbing the small hill? Did he ride a bicycle to school? Did Molly think she had to do the test again? Did he write a letter of complaint? Note, for the negative and interrogative forms of all verbs in the simple past, always use the auxiliary did. After the auxiliary did, the verb used will be in the simple present. For the examples given, the words for simple past were bit, felt, rode, thought, and wrote. Their simple present forms are bite, feel, ride, think, and write. So, how do you find the lesson? Just to recap, simple past are divided into two, regular and irregular verbs. For regular verbs, add ed to the base words like walked and played. For irregular verbs, the base word stays the same or it changes altogether. You may need to refer to the table in the next slide. If you find the video interesting and would love to hear more from me, click on the red button and press the small bell. This one. And the bell. That's all for now. Until our next lesson. Goodbye. Here are some exercises for you to try. Do them in Google Forms. Remember, practice makes perfect.